Hi, it's so good to see you. Do you have an appointment? Perfect. Can I just take your name? Is that okay? Perfect. Perfect. So, my name is Kimberley. I am an alternative therapist. I specialise in aura and energy. I'm here to give you the most relaxing and pleasant experience possible and a way to really release your anxieties in a really healthy and manageable way, okay? Perfect. So I will just go through our process. We have 3 steps and I'll just go through each individually, okay? So the first thing we'll do is we'll discuss any anxieties that you might have currently, and then we will purge them. So we will write them down, we will rip up the piece of paper and destroy that, and then it will just feel like a weight has been lifted somewhat, okay? So our second step is softening your aura. We will go in with some water and some spray and then wipe it away with a cotton pad, and you'll be able to see the different colours coming off as well in that aura, which will be really nice for you, okay? So basically softening your aura will make it easier to go in and pluck the negative energy away. So our third step is the plucking section, and we will go in and we will tweezer the negative energy away. Some of them are harder to get than others, so it might take a little while, but we will get there eventually. So one thing I do want to discuss with you and let you know about is the categories that we sort anxieties into. There are 5 different categories. We have people issues, we have world issues, we have work/education issues, we have financial issues, and then we have personal issues, okay? So those are the 5 different issues and anxieties that we'll be talking about, and I'll describe all of them now to you, and then we can go in and write them, okay? Perfect. So I'll just grab some paper. So I have my pen here. I think maybe we'll write in black ink today. So let's discuss. So the first one is people issues. So that is issues that you might have with family or friends, or a person just that you dislike. That's a people issue, so they tend to be very personal. A small group of people, if not one-on-one. So those are the kind of issues that we're talking about when it comes to people issues, okay? So are you struggling with any of those at the moment? Okay, and why do you think that? I completely understand why that would be frustrating for you. Absolutely. Have you tried talking with them about it? Okay. I'd love to give advice on the situation, but I am not qualified as a therapist. I'm an alternative therapist specialising in aura and energy. I don't deal well with like having to deal with people's issues. That's not my job. I write them down, I rip them up. I'm not here to give advice, but you seem to be dealing with that situation really well. So if we get rid of the anxiety surrounding it, hopefully that will help make things better. Okay. So the second issue is world issues. So these could be political, cultural, environmental, anything like that that you might be struggling with. And there's a lot of them going around at the minute. There's a lot of things that people are concerned about and worried about, and they tend to be really a lot harder to deal with, because you can't just deal with them by yourself. They need a lot of backing and a lot of support from government and things like that to really create a change and to make them feel better. But if we can, kind of minimize the anxieties that you have surrounding them, it makes you better to deal with those causes. Okay, so let's try and talk about those things that you're dealing with at the minute. Yeah, that's something that a lot of people have said that they're really struggling with at the moment, and it's completely understandable. Absolutely. Yep. Again, it's something that a lot of people are coming to me to try and get rid of the anxiety for, because it is really intense and really damaging. But know that it's not something that can be corrected really quickly and really easily, but steps are being made to help. Okay. Okay. So the third issue is work and education issues. So are you currently working, or are you at school or university or anything like that? And is that full-time, part-time? Okay. And things that might stress you out regarding that is maybe higher ups being too forceful or too harsh, perhaps wanting to be promoted, perhaps not getting grades that you're hoping for, being able to get into university. All these things can be really stressful for you. So let's discuss what you're kind of feeling about where you're at the minute. It's completely understandable that you're feeling stressed and anxious. It's completely understandable. It's definitely something that we can hopefully minimise the anxiety surrounding. This third section is one that's especially good with this treatment. They tend to be really easily solved by just getting rid of a lot of the anxiety surrounding them. So, the fourth is financial. So, these could be anything like you're not earning enough to having very poor money management. All of these can be dealt with in this fourth section. Okay, so this is one of the main things that you've been struggling with. Okay. again, these are all things that are really hard to deal with, but hopefully we can get rid of some of the anxiety surrounding it so you can focus more on solving the issue at hand. And that is what being here is all about. It's about removing the anxieties so that you can focus on fixing the issues at hand, okay? Because the more anxious you are about something, the harder it is to deal with it. So the final one is the hardest one to deal with, at least in my experience. These are personal issues. So these are issues that you have with yourself, whether it be the way you look or something to do with your personality or things that you've done, anything like that. These are personal issues. Before we start, I just want to let you know that everyone has these issues. Every single person that has come to me has these kind of personal issues, and they are really ingrained within people and they're really hard to remove. So everyone has things about themselves that they look at and they hate. I don't want you to think that you're the only one that needs to come to me to talk about this. Okay? So, what kind of personal issues are you currently dealing with? Honestly, even the most beautiful women that have come in here all have major issues with their body and appearance. Even people that you wouldn't even think have those issues. So think of the most beautiful, perfect, amazing woman that you've ever seen in your entire life. She has personal issues. She has an issue with herself that she needs to try and deal with. As does the most beautiful man in the world. He has those issues as well. Okay? Never ever ever think you're alone in thinking bad about yourself, because you're not. Everyone has insecurities. And you know what? The more you think about it, the more you'll look at pictures of these perfect people and you'll see the insecurities that they have. Yeah. So do you feel like that's something we can deal with here? Okay. Okay. So I've written down everything on this piece of paper. By visually destroying these, you can kind of see that they are overcomable. Just visualize this, the destruction of those issues for you. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is soften your aura. It's quite tense. So what we'll be doing is we'll be going in and spraying your face with some special water, and then going in with a cotton pad and removing it, okay? and it'll just soften your aura, and you'll be able to see all the colours coming out with it. Okay, so because I'll be coming quite close to your face with my hands, I'm going to put on some gloves. So I'm going to take my water. So this water is infused with aloe vera and a few other special ingredients, and it'll just help soften your aura. Okay, perfect. So I'm now going to go in with a cotton pad and just wipe your aura. Okay, I'm just going to change the cotton pad. And again. Okay. So just one more left. let me just have a feel. Just gonna give it one little spray more. So, as you can see, a lot of the colours have come off onto the cotton pads, and they're all the different anxiety colours and categories. So it's really good to see that they've come up quite nicely. Now, specific energies don't have colours, so you won't be able to see them being pulled out when it comes to the energy section. But I do have 3 different types of tweezers here. So I am just going to start with this one. So what I'm doing right now is plucking and pulling out the negative energies you have. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just plucking and pulling out all of those people issues that you have. There's not too many, and the ones that you do have are quite easy to remove. Okay. now we're going to go on to the work / education anxieties. Okay. Financial issues. And finally, I'm gonna try and grab those final personal issues. Like I said, these are a lot more ingrained. But that doesn't mean we can't get rid of them. So I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I'm just gonna remove the gloves. I just want to be able to feel your aura. Properly. So I'm really happy with how that looks. I just want to know how you're feeling. That's completely understandable. It can feel a little bit strange. Yes. It can feel a little bit empty. Yes. It's completely normal to feel like that. I'd recommend getting some sleep and having a good rest, and then when you wake up in the morning you should feel a lot better. Okay, well, it was really good to see you, and hopefully I'll see you again really soon. Thank you. Bye.